Then Sonji da La Shavadang Cho De La Sobeta Yadangare Mundrawa Momboti Chuku Chek Ranzale Sharwa Yin Sungete Ta Jumsin Kan Rijin Sharwa Yin Somna Then Sonji Jet Chuku Ranzale Sharweke Lana then Chuku Dorjin Chang Tiri then Chuku Dorjin Chang Ranzale Larion Jarwa Ringa Namba Sharga then Jarwa Ringa Tela then Pena Saji Don Jeji Namjur Jig on the Sena Jarwa Ringa de Turbakoye Chazi to Yoyor Shacha Tobato Chikbayore Kundu Desi Mandrawa Yore Santin Desi Mandrawa Yore then hot lami go on the Jarwa Ringa de Yana Dorje Sambata Longje Zobuke Genchi then Yayon Shajurga number 1 Yana Yapjang de Mandrawa Mombo Yore Ta Jarwa Ringa de Tendra number Sharari De Chuko Dorjin Changa Ranzale Sharari.
From the Buddha Shakyamuni, the victorious one, appear many peaceful and wrathful yidam forms. And yesterday Rinpoche explained these forms to be of one essence, that is, the self-expressive nature of the Dharmakaya. Why is this? This is because the Buddha mind is in essence, throughout the 3 times, the Doje Chang, the Vajradhara, the unchangeable essence. And from Dorje Chang emanate the 5 Dhyani Buddhas, so-called Jawa Riknga. In the lower 3 tantras, that is to say the Kriya, Charya and Yoga tantras, then these 5 Dhyani Buddhas, of which Amitabha is one, appear as Nirmanakaya forms, that is, identified with the Buddha, Shakyamuni for example, yet the hand emblems and gestures and so on are different. However, in the supreme, unsurpassable Tantra, the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, then these divinities appear as the Sambhogakaya, or the body of bliss form, for example, Dorje Sempa, and they appear in union, Yab-yum, or male alone, or female alone, Yab or Yum.
Di Jawa Ringa Ranzale, then Tatangaron Songata, Fashawa Don Tro Yadong Red Tomji di Jawa Ringa Ranzale Sharwadi. Tela Tene, Tatangaron Songa, then Yadonga Rekan, Yenao, Nyomsolembe Casa, then Rigja Dapo Rede Yodas. Pena Chini, the Nyomsolembe Casa, Rigja Dapo Gumbo apartment, the Chini, the Paymaker in Betade. The Yando, then Colo Demchu Lasso by Nyomsolembe Casa, Rigja Dapo, Mejepa Yora, the Dorji Gerayan Betade. Then a Dorje Pomo Nyomsolembe Casa, Rigja Dapo, number Nangzi Yora, the Sanji Gerayan Betade. Then Ravagata, La Tomji la Rigga Dapo Rede Yora, the Rig Soso Getani Kong Tet our Yembetan Riggin Sensi.
So these 5 Dhyani Buddhas, or meditation Buddhas, representative of the 5 Buddha families, appear in wrathful and peaceful emanations as the direct self-expression. All of the Yidams appear in peaceful and wrathful emanations as the self-expression of these 5 Dhyani Buddhas. So regardless of which Yidam form that we concern ourselves in practicing, then each one has a crown ornament, or a smaller Buddha on the crown of their head, and this is called the seal of the family. For example, our evening recitation of Chenrezi meditation, we meditate with Chenrezi having a small Amitabha Buddha on the crown of his head. This is the signification of the lotus family. Likewise, with Korol Jemchog, then Akshobhya is the crowning ornament, indicating the Vajra family. Each of the families indicates the association with one defilement and one activity. For example, Vajra Yogini, Dorje Pamo, we find has the crown ornament of the Buddha family, Buddha Nampar Nangsi.
Yenayong about Megarik dog sort of Yupati, Jazzy Roma Kori Tambo, Sonchu Chodo, Tokyo Picasso, Airport Megandani, Tokyo Pari, Telaten and Ara, Lama got sort of young Rido, Yupatandi on Kashi or
Taking, for example, the Yidam divinity Tara, Jetsun Droma, then on the crown of her head is Amitabha. However, Rinpoche points out that Jetsun Droma belongs to the family, the Buddha family of activity, which is Amoga Siddhi, therefore she is green. However, she first gave rise to the supreme bodhicitta motivation in the presence of Amitabha Buddha, and for this reason, Amitabha is her crest ornament.
Then Yadam Lati, Yenzi Mini Jerum de Zola, then go your marriage. Then Jerum Zola Dambate, Kendoga, La Songaye, Benna, the hand or drop your marriage, the Yena Sonjiki, Chuku Ranzale, Shalne, Maron Sanga, Pumbonga, Zambate, Shiparsabe, Tabla, Tendawa, Tembare Mato, Yadam Las and a Tambo, ni te ranking drop the Watan marriage. They la Kendoga, La Songdo. Then around Sona, Sachin and Dojo, Pumbonga and Zamba, Shana, then Yadan Lati Zola, Jerum de Zola, Tingu your marriage. Then around Songa, Sanganilu and Dojoba, Deni, Dandanga La, Songares, then Cho the Jorbalares.
Briefly, that might mean that the development stage meditation called Kirim is a means by which we purify the 5 aggregates and the clinging to them as being real or composing an ego, an I. And these are the skillful means transmitted by the Buddha Shakyamuni himself. If we have understood the mind's nature, the ultimate state of mind, then this is the ultimate divinity upon which one depends. And so if this is the case, then there is no need to depend on these other divinities, for we are practicing the ultimate mind's nature. Until we have stabilized this realization, then the most skillful method available to us is practicing the development stage meditation. So having explained in this way, then Rinpoche says that it's not necessary for us to meditate on each individual aggregate and its transformation in a Buddha wisdom form, that if we meditate on one, then all are purified. For example, to purify the aggregate of feeling, then one must meditate on Ratnasambhava and so on. And then for interpretation or volition, one meditates on Amitabha, and so one has to go through all of the 5 skandhas in this way. This is not correct. Rinpoche said, as all of our confusion comes from one cause, that is to say, the projections from consciousness, then meditating on one form will purify all of them. In the same way, all emanations of these 5 Dhyani Buddhas are the self-expression of the Dharmakaya nature. So if one meditates on one form, such as Amitabha, for example, then all of the aggregates are purified.
Cherum song, young song, the Cherum the governor, Tenri Yapo, Yose, Pumboga, Papa, Shake Drogers, that in Jopo Shake your good. Now I take the Nigel and Jopo Pacheron Yapos gone, Pumbonga and Zamba, Lamson for Shake your go, Cheron Tenri song, youngs. Penny, some the Tenri song, young lady, Penang, I don't song, Sam the Pen, then Dawaja yours. 나랑 총게 코와 통마 매반에 풍보나라 감바 혁 첨보요래. 대린 깨름데 탱직니마도 감토고요 말와. 배란벨라 따로지.
Schaut mal zu, was Rinpoche hier macht, bitte.
수정동도와 양자.
Das Papier geht sofort wieder zurück. Ne?
양자
Merkt euch das.
춘동도와.
Und bei jedem, also
양자
dreimal,
춘동도와.
auch beim
나랑
dritten Mal.
총게 샘텔라 풍보나라 즘바 된다와요. 근데 갈래 지는 째롱 양ring보라 간데 되는 핵고고요. 아주 야보든지 요지 상용 스피를 하죠.
So hearing this profound teaching about the development stage meditation, there may be many among us who are deeply motivated to quickly purify our 5 skandhas in a month or 2, and thereby realize the inseparability with the Buddha. Rinpoche said this is not quite this fast, because since considering that our mind has been accumulating through habitual tendencies since beginningless time, we've been confused about these 5 aggregates and this clinging to an I, then we have a strong habitual tendency, just as he demonstrated by this rolled up paper, comparing this to our mind. When we roll it out in a good meditation, then when we stop it rolls right back. And we roll it out again and it rolls up again. So in this way, our habitual clinging to the 5 psychosomatic constituents and an ego then is very strong, and it takes a little bit longer than a few weeks to clear it out.
Tene tapena de pungbonga gan zamba hikpar sepe thala jeram gong yungdu ta de si tuse yang ringbo yore ta ngarang tere yang ringbo la gong na ga gan do nyong le yang ringbo chin na ga gan do de da ba yo na de ni nge kha song jin ni se ta du hwa yin ba dang bo pe ma dang da wa do je sam ba nong yin pam le pe ma a le da wa di ge tan do thu so go she hong la so ba de le we se kha do na so ba song ji tang ji len che pa ba san ji dik ba do ba de se we se chun du de ni yong su chor ba le de ni ngarang ge lun de ni pe na do je pa mo ta ba ya na de ni do je pa mo ta wan de ni ji de da wa yin so ne de ni gam ba le Tene yang tu se yang tung tung yin da teri le ka lan ro go ndo da nga jo bon ro go yin da tu se yang rin bo yo ma re den da wa yin na da nga ru gu lu de ke ji chen zo ku cho do nga rang ge ya dang la kha yin ba den da wa yin so ni da je ram de gam ba de den da wa gam le.
Understanding the development stage meditation as this way to purify the 5 skandhas, then we may be well motivated to meditate, and in this way we can think, for example, today I wish to meditate for a long time, and so one may practice the extensive way with whichever divinity one chooses, Chenrezi, Dorje Sempa, Vajrayogini, and so on, and generate on the crown of one's head from the letter Pam appears a lotus, on top of which from the letter A appears a moon disk, and then on this moon disk appears the letter either a white Shri or a red Shri or a white Hung, depending on which one is meditating, which radiates light, making unsurpassable offerings to the Buddhas of the times and directions. This light is reabsorbed in the form of blessing and benediction, which is absorbed into the seed syllable, instantly transforms into the divinity, and so on. One may meditate in this way extensively, or if one has to go to work, one can instantaneously produce on the crown of one's head the divinity.
Tene penna yadang la gand, cherong zong yadang la su su yore, tene yadang la su yin, diga par de la yang ni yang da da gu gu do. Tene den da wan diga gun do sang zin jin cha lu kan ri do de la de si pa cha ya gu gu re. De lan den ri je da ni, de la de si gam song, tene par me be ka san den ri ji na, sem la den da wa char gen do wang men do. 다고군도 된다와 샤르가 문두나 양자 빨라 다고레 Tonka Tonchi de Pena Yadon Laya Go Tonchi Rumula Training Tonka Laws of a young group Deo, the Jerum Sour Sepik Tap Jegayore. Then in Dalata, Della Yang Rimbo Taniten, then it's in a Semlan Dendawachi Shana, then in Rigayore, Tangarum Lutendawa Yang, Sona, then it's Jerum Regayore.
In this way, then, any and of the many divinity forms we choose to meditate on, again and again we must refresh our memory, our mind conditioned by habitual patterns, to recall the attributes, ornaments, posture, and so on of the divinity by relying on the means of a photo, an image, or a tanka. Then by generating again and again this image of the yidam with its attributes in our mind, we create new habitual patterns through which one can arrive to this state in the meditative experience. So Rinpoche said that when my body now appears like this in meditation, so then Kerim is okay. One's development stage meditation is all right.
Then Jerum Sunday because Naron Yadan La Deta in Sun. Then Kaukas Dig Tarvani Rambajan the Ma Sunday good. Tarvani Ma Sunday, then he could any community, then in the knee Sunday, Bishop Las of a Sunday because could they done Shalas of a Tangamundu, Yena you take Chepario Mare. Young Kaukas Shabni or Sunday, then indeed could tell the shop that could meet Tenga Yomari, Yena take Chepario Mare, gone Sarsumare. Then Rawat in the Kale Kalayama Sunday. Kaukas then two pictures of Yungzug, sort of Sunday. Kaukas then read your Sunday, Ma Sunday. That Tendra Kugundu.
So the means by which one visualizes during the meditation, Rinpoche said normally one begins at the top of the yidam form and moves down. One can move the attention in this way, other times beginning at the lower part of the body and move up. If one experiences that the top is clear and the bottom is not clear, or vice versa, then one shouldn't be concerned about this. This is simply, this will get better with time. And other times one can simply, instantaneously produce the full divinity in all of its aspects. Oftentimes our attention focuses on different parts of the visualization and clarifies these until one gets a full picture.
Then Naron Sangje Pecapso Sangji della Cosomga Dani Yora, then he Trobico is sending it, then Jachambonzi Topa tending Rivet and Riore.
Practicing in this way, then, for the temporal achievement, one purifies the 5 psychosomatic constituents or the 5 aggregates, skandhas. In the future, this will fruit in the attainment of Buddhahood, our enlightenment, and the attendant 3 kayas, the bodies of the Buddha, and from these emanations will appear for the benefit of all beings.
Chogandi Naron Sundan, Digger, Long Jadon, Sachin and Roger, Long Jin Danochi, Lagudu, then around Dan Jana, young Charonton, Long Mankin Tamjila, paint token, the song.
This has been the explanation of the development stage meditation. As with regards to the mantra recitation and the other parts of the Kerim, likewise the Shine and Laktong, with emphasis on the mental tranquility, Shine, Rinpoche will speak at length tomorrow. Now Rinpoche will give the scriptural authority, or Lung, in order to benefit many people who have requested, and these will be the scriptural authority of the Chenrezi mantra recitation meditation And the preliminary practice is the Mahamudra Mandro.